It's been hard trying to put on a face to film a video. I've actually tried filming this 2 other times, and in it I was just bawling my eyes out. I was crying. I am a bundle of nerves. I've been having a lot of panic attacks lately. My depression is really bad, and it's painful because I have worked so hard to get out of that state of depression, and I was doing really good, and then this virus thing completely took me by surprise. And I am consistently and constantly looking at the numbers. I am watching news channels. I am watching interviews with doctors and reading news articles about this, and it's taken over my mind. But I feel like knowledge is power, so it's kind of bittersweet because the more I know, the more scared I get. But it's like, if I was in the dark, I feel like that would do me worse. Why do you as an excuse to slack off on your weight loss? Why do you act like you've been devastated by the you still have steady income? I don't have steady income right now. My money is so low. It's the lowest it's ever been in the last few years. This whole thing has affected everybody in their own way. And I see what it's done to people, and it honestly messes with me. When it comes to my income and my this and my that, my mental state is messing with my income. I'm grateful that that's like the only reason messing with my income, because I keep putting myself in other people's shoes who have completely lost their jobs. And I have been helping actually as many people as I can with that. I actually recently paid someone's rent. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn.
Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and this is Judy, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am intrigued by the most recent upload from one Amber Reed, our girl, and it is called Quarantine Tag. Now let me tell you why I'm intrigued by this. One, she has talked about how reading about quarantine, doing things related to quarantine, talking about quarantine makes her anxious. I also am intrigued by this because at one point she was editing out every single word that could possibly be related to quarantining out of her videos because she was worried about getting monetized, or demonetized, I guess is what I should say. So I'm very intrigued. Now I know I haven't really made any videos on her videos now for quite a few days, a week maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since I reacted to any of her videos, and honestly most of it's because she was clickbaiting her eating, and I just like feel uncomfortable with that as a concept right now. I know I have reacted to her eating in the past. I will probably react to it in the future, maybe, who knows, but right now it's just not something I want to do, and I'm not gonna. I also didn't want to ruin her blossoming career as a poet. I would never want to compromise her career opportunities, and so I just couldn't react to the bad poetry video. But I love a tag video. If this is truly some kind of tag, I love it. It takes me back to the days where she was doing girlfriend tags with all 3 of her girlfriends, the Crystal girlfriend tag, the Destiny girlfriend tag, and most recently the Becky girlfriend tag. So I just can't wait to see what's in store for this quarantine tag. I just can't imagine that it's gonna be bad viewing. I mean, only the highest content for our girl, okay? Alright, so let's watch. Now I have to say I'm mildly worried for her coins because she posted this 7 hours ago and it only has 20,000 views. Now 20,000 views is nothing to scoff at. I certainly have videos that over several weeks only have gotten 20,000 views, so that's not to say anything, but it just like isn't on par with what she has typically been doing. So I hope her AdSense coin is okay. I know during this time it's been rough, but I hope it's okay. So let's jump in for real now.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So I thought I would throw it back to the old style of YouTube and do a tag. I saw some other people do it, and I was like,
listen girl, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for old school Amberlynn. Take me back. Give me that nostalgia. I want it. I need it.
Okay. I've done a few tags before, and I figured this
Surely
was
have.
actually a really good one to do. It is the quarantine tag, which I might be a little late on the ball game because all of a sudden, you know, states are opening as of right now when me making this video. And I don't understand the thought process and I don't agree with it, but that's me.
Listen. People always want to come at me because I can never agree with Amberlynn on anything. But for the most part, I agree. I agree with her. I truly don't understand. I don't. It might be because my perspective of being in a very large city like Chicago, but I truly don't. So I'm not trying to fight with anybody in the comments. You can certainly say whatever you want down there. But listen, Amber, you and we're vibing. We're vibing right now.
That's me and my thoughts. My thoughts don't always matter. So I'm gonna answer the 17 questions. I think it'd be really fun if you were watching this. I tag you.
Ooh, fun game. I'm gonna also answer. I'm also answer along with her. Yes, we love to see it.
I literally feel like I'm in the past where YouTube first started and they're like, I tag you, I tag blah, blah, blah. Okay. So question number 1 is, what's the thing you miss / wish you did before? So the thing that I miss is hanging out with friends.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
miss being able to just leave the house. I miss being able to go out to eat. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh my God. A lot of people miss that more than you think because it's more than just food.
I believe that people miss being able to go out and eat and miss their friends. I'm just trying to think of like, girl, you almost never for a long time of the past year, you haven't been leaving. I truly actually agree with you. I mean, I don't need to go out to eat. I would just like to be able to physically see somebody besides Noel, you know? You feel me? But I hope this is a wake-up call for you to like not take for granted the fact that you can leave your house. I would love to see you use this as motivation to say, once I'm allowed, I'm gonna make sure I can continue going out for as long as I'm legally allowed.
Obviously, it's the atmosphere. I usually always went out to eat with friends and Becky, and it's just a way to hang out with people and sit around and talk. Obviously, you can do that at home as well, but not right now.
I mean, you are actually pretty fortunate. I mean, granted, I'm sure you want to talk to somebody outside of Becky, Eric, and Ricky, but of like all people, there are some people that only have their partner, or some people, I have friends that are living by themselves right now, like can't go out. So, I mean, there's levels of perspective here, right? Like, I get where she's coming from. Also, you do have 3 people living with you.
What I wish I did before TJ Maxx, because I had been planning to go to TJ Maxx for a while and buy a new purse, because sometimes I itch for a new purse, and I wish I would have done that, and I didn't.
Girl, first of all, surely don't need a new purse. I'm sure you don't. I highly doubt it, and if you do, I hate to see it. Like, second of all, you can buy a purse online. Go to Amazon. I know you. Those fingers know how to use Amazon. You gave us a whole tutorial in a video once. Just go search purses. The fact that that's what's on your mind, the fact that that's like, oh, I wish before I was told I couldn't go anywhere that I would have gone to TJ Maxx and got a highly discounted purse that maybe other people didn't want. Okay, I see your priorities, girl. I see it. My thoughts were like, I wish I had scheduled an appointment for Judy's like grooming earlier. If you didn't know, her last grooming appointment that she had scheduled was literally the day that the state of Illinois shut down. And so she's waiting, but pet groomers can open back up in May, so Judy Luhu is gonna get haircut and grooming and everything in May. And the groomers have promised me that they have a plan for like safe drop-offs with little to no interaction between me and them, just interaction between them and Judy.
Next question is, what's the first thing you're doing when this is over? Hanging out with friends. 100%. I am hanging out with all my friends because I miss them. There are a couple groups of friends that, you know, we've been talking and we're just like, I wish we could hang out. You know, there is that option of them being able to come over. People are doing it. People are still doing it. I go on my Snapchat and there are people that I follow who are still hanging out with their friends and doing these like get-togethers, and I just don't agree with it. That's just me.
Okay, well, I mean, I agree 100%, but I was like a little, my facial reaction, if you're wondering what that was when she was like, there is an option. There is, but you shouldn't do it. We're vibing, Amberlynn. I'm loving this energy we got going.
More than anything, I'd love for my friends to come over and stay for like however long, and I don't think that's right now. So definitely hang out with friends.
I will say, if your friends have been hanging out with other people and doing other things, you might not want that to be the first thing you do when all of this is over, because like, girl, they could have it. If they've been out here flouting and bouting and bopping and bebopping around with other people, not following orders, girl. Also, though, you did go to, I haven't forgotten that you and Becky went to Norma's. I'm just saying.
What's the hardest part about social distancing? I am putting myself in Becky's shoes, and I'm going to say the fact that she can't be with her mom right now, because I feel like that's really important, and it's just, it's not safe. They talk on the phone as much as possible, and I like that, but it's just, that is by far the hardest part. Or...
Girl, listen, y'all, I don't have time in this video to rehash the whole timeline that shows that they went already to, I mean, like, I'm guessing they haven't since then, but they did go see Norma, according to Amberlynn herself, after the governor already said, hey, you should, if you are an immunocompromised person, i.e. Norma, who has been diagnosed with cancer, you shouldn't interact with other people. That all happened. So I'm gonna link that video in the iCards, these things that pop up over here, and I'll link it down below too.
Probably things like people's weddings being canceled. That's sad. Or like really big moments, graduation, prom. That's really hard. People who lost their jobs. It's a lot.
I also feel like this is such a switch of an answer when Homegirl originally had that whole video where she talked about how hard and tough this has been on her money. Like, that's the same video where I talk about Norma, I think. If it's not, I'll link that too. But girl went on this whole rant about how much this has hurt her paycheck. And now she's saying, just kidding, y'all. The really hard thing about this is seeing how this has impacted and devastated so many other people.
Describe your mood in one word. Worried. Spotify or Netflix?
Oh.
I've been doing both, but I'm gonna say Spotify because I love me a good song.
Wait, what are these questions? I guess I can understand why the mood question relates. Like, my current mood is like anxious 24/7, right? I don't get the Spotify or Netflix because one, I don't even feel like that's necessarily 100% related to quarantining. But two, those aren't even like Spotify or Netflix. Those are two inherently different things. Two inherently different things. If I had to pick, I'm gonna say Netflix. I'm an Apple Music girl.
Last tune you played, it was probably something by Banks. She is amazing. I don't
know what that question was.
Years, 7 years or more.
Or who Banks is.
I remember how I found her out is because I was watching a commercial and her song was on it, and I was like, who the heck is that? Okay.
Who the heck? What?
That sense. So probably something by Banks because all her songs are bops. I could listen to them over and over and over. Last show you watched, oh God, what's it called? Secret Life of the American Teenager? Like, what am I doing? I'm running out of shows for sure. Got a quarantine ritual, crying, panic attacks, being moody. That's about my ritual.
Okay. All right. My ritual is cup of coffee in the morning, take Judy on a walk, log into work, have a smoothie, because I'm that girl, work throughout the day, get done, watch some Circle, Brazil. Oh, and in the morning when I'm having my cup of coffee, watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then spend time with Noel.
Sweatpants or leggings?
Neither.
I wear leggings like all the time, but...
We know.
The most comfortable is definitely sweatpants, so I'm gonna go...
How can you say sweatpants are most comfortable? And if they were, why wouldn't you wear them? And 3, all you wear is leggings. Why? I don't understand your answer to this question. Help me understand.
With that, anything you want to achieve during this quarantine? I want to achieve just sticking to how I was before. You know, it was hard in the beginning. I didn't really film. I was too scared to film. I was so bombarded with emotions and fear that I really couldn't do anything. So I just want to go back to my routine in the sense of I still want to film. I want to act like this isn't even happening, which I know I should be, but it's like, I just start to worry too much. So I guess I just want to achieve sticking to my YouTube. I feel like that's really important because it also distracts me and stuff like that.
And I'm curious what a routine is for you, since you like struggle, right? You struggle to have a consistent sleep schedule. But I told you before, because you said, oh, I don't know if I should like film. I don't feel like filming. I don't feel like filming's important. And I think it is 100% important. I think it's important to have consistency, especially now when there's so many things that are out of your control. The one thing you can control is uploading to YouTube. Now, do you have a routine with that? I haven't seen it. But maybe you just mean in general the simple act of putting out whatever high quality content like this is.
What's your quarantine snack? I mean, I don't really have one, to be honest. What scares me the most? Millions dying. That is probably what scares me the most. It's because if that's the case, then someone you know is going to pass away from this. And I don't like thinking about it. Are you reading? If so, which chapter are you on? I'm not reading. I definitely need to get into reading again because I have a lot of novels I can read and I have a lot of graphic novels I can read.
Reader Lynn's not reading? She showed us that whole stack of graphic novels in a video recently too. And she's not reading? I'm surprised. I'm surprised that she has a hoard of something that she's not using. That seems so unlike her. I couldn't believe it.
Who's the last person you spoke to? Becky. What's one non-tech thing you can't live without? Becky, Twinkie, Wasabi, Rarity, do those count? What's your battery level at on my phone or me as a person? Because my battery level as a person, 0.
Point blank period.
I'm holding on by 1%. Like, let's be real. My phone battery is probably maybe 70 or 60, like around there. The last question is there any silver linings in this? I feel like that's, okay, first of all, before I answer, the lighting is horrendous. You guys are sitting in front of a beautiful window.
You know what? I'm really glad that she's bringing this back too. We want to talk about real nostalgia. Is every video of Amberlynn starting it up, pulling it up, saying, wow, this lighting is really bad. As though she's not a YouTuber and as though she couldn't figure out, like, this is literally a sit-down video. It's one thing if you're vlogging, right? If you're vlogging and you're walking around your apartment or you're walking down the street and you're like, oh, the lighting's bad because you can't bring a specific, like, ring light or, like, I have all of these fancy lights up around me. That's one thing. But she's literally sitting down. She chose this spot in this lighting and she's like, ugh, the lighting's really bad. I love it. I love it. You know, if there's one thing that's somewhat consistent, it's that Amberlynn never changes. She really does it. She really does it. And it's so charming.
And usually the lighting's pretty decent, but it is raining. It's gonna be storming soon. And it's super dark from clouds out there. No sun in sight. I don't even know how it's peeking through the freaking clouds right now to make daylight because the clouds are dark. I
feel like the tea is like, look directly behind her. Not this like yellow light up in the corner. I think on my screen it's probably right here, but I'm talking about this light that's like over here, right? That light looks like it could give off some good light. So set up in front of it. Make some kind of setup over there. I mean, I guess it probably depends on whatever you're trying to hide that's behind you. But like, use that light. That seems good. I mean, yes, natural light is great, but you're clearly not getting it wherever you're sitting right now in this moment. And like, honestly, you're not going to lose much by losing this candle wall background.
So I do want to apologize about that. But we're just going to have to continue on. Any silver linings in this? What I've been thinking lately and what I've been talking to my friends about is that after this is all over, I feel like a large part of people might learn to be more compassionate. I feel like people might start taking things like the flu more seriously. More people will be cleaner. I feel like they'll start cleaning more, washing their hands more. This time has brought not only the USA together, but the whole world together. We are all going through this together.
I mean, yes, we are all going through this together, but have you watched the news? Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like everybody in America is on the same page. And I hardly think America is on the same page as a lot of other countries when it comes to our response on this. I mean, I'm not trying to be political. I'm just like stating facts, is that there's clearly a lot of divide even over this within the United States of America. I'm just saying, let's just be clear. I would love to believe in this like idea that we are one world, one nation, but y'all, I don't see what Amberlynn's saying. I mean, she even said it herself. There are people that are like not doing their part, and like even while their state is still in quarantine or going out and about and like not following those directions. So even the state of Kentucky isn't all in this together because clearly people aren't pulling their part. I'm just saying.
And it's so scary because sometimes it feels like it's never going to end.
I feel that.
The numbers, and it's unbelievable that they are opening states, and I know a lot of people want their job back, and I know a lot of people miss seeing their friends. A lot of people miss seeing their family, or there's people who say that like nail salons are essential, and I have my opinions. I do not agree with that. This isn't going to end. This isn't going to end anytime soon by opening states, and it's so scary. And sorry, I was fixing my nose right now. I just have a lot of opinions on it.
I feel like this is her attempt to make this video controversial. Like, she's like, please come watch. But I'm not going to argue with her. I think she has valid points. You might disagree with her. I'm sure there will be people who will let me know that in the comments. But I think she has valid points, y'all.
Another silver lining is pollution is better. I feel like nature in general just feels happier because we're all indoors.
Girl, how do you know? Girl, you've been reading those posts that have been said debunked, right? Like, oh, what if humans are the virus? Girl.
It's bringing people also together, but then it's like bittersweet because it's also bringing other people like farther apart. You guys, it's scary.
Wow, Amberlynn, Empath Lynn. Thank you so much for sharing these thoughts. I feel like a changed person.
I was doing so good. I wasn't thinking about it at all. And then I filmed this video. I just figured, why not? This is something we're going through right now. The questions aren't so like deep, but this last one is what makes you start thinking. And I have some opinions, you guys. You wouldn't believe. But
share them.
I don't offend anyone. I just
listen. Stand up for your opinions, girl. Stand up for them. I mean, some people, you need to be willing to go there with folks. Honestly, say what you mean.
This to end so people can get their jobs back. I don't want any more people falling ill. I don't want any more people passing on. I actually know a couple of people from my past. Not that I know them now, it's just I knew them in my past, like high school or whatever, or I used to work with them years and years ago, one person who got the virus, and they're now better, thank God. A friend from high school, her mom actually is hospitalized from it. It's almost like out of sight, out of mind. The less you think about it, the less you have to worry, but then when it's like in your face like that, you start to really understand that this...
Listen, I'm sure those things really happened, but Amberlynn trying to like relate to this by like claiming friendship with people that she also in the same breath says like, oh, well, I went to high school with them, blah, 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 blah. Like, I think you can make your point that like all of this is sad, all of this is unfortunate without like claiming ownership over people that probably haven't thought about you since you were in high school with them. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a way that you can express your empathy and concern over the situation without doing that. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure it also did make her think. It's not, this is not me saying that this is a character flaw of Amberlynn, it's just me making a statement.
This is really happening, it's really going on. And I know a lot of people have their like thoughts where they're like, this isn't real. This is just the media.
Oh my
but
gosh.
then you start realizing that people that you know are getting it, or people that you know someone who got it.
I mean, that absolutely, because, I've seen so, it's one thing, the conversation, I think, to say, like, should we open up, should we not, is its own conversation on its own. But these people with these conspiracy theories, chill. You don't even come at me with those.
It really opens your eyes to this is really happening. This is a real thing that we're struggling with, and I just hope you guys are healthy at home.
Same.
And I know it's hard.
Same.
Sometimes you can't prevent what happens.
Vibing.
And I wish we could. But this is a time to be more compassionate. It is wild to me that there are still just like negative things happening online, like online bullying and things like that. And I'm just like, do you not know what we're going through right now? Like, this is a time for peace and harmony. And just positive vibes, you know.
Well, we've been vibing.
I can talk forever, I feel like. So I'm just gonna end this now. Again, I tag you if you are watching this.
Did it?
And
kind
I know
of.
YouTubers who watch me, so you better do this. I will be watching you very.
I know you are. I know you are.
Anyways, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, Amberlynn. Wow. Well, that was it. That was like a solid 20 minutes of me and Amberlynn just vibing for the most part. My only question is like, she has flipped the switch based on how she was talking about everything going on in the world right now the last time. You know, the last time she talked about it, she was complaining about her money, her coins, how she wasn't getting it. And this time, Empathlyn said, no, I'm gonna focus all of my answers and how I feel about other people, because I'm an empath. So that was interesting. All right, Amberlynn, pop off, girl. I had a lot of fun doing this with you all today. This felt very lighthearted, and I enjoyed doing it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video too. If this is your first video, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell button so you get a notification every time I go live or I post a new video. Make sure to leave me some comments down below. Hit the like button. Follow me on all of my social media, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!